Welcome back. I'm StossDrunk, otherwise known as John Stossel, and we're continuing with our Libertarian play of Final Fantasy I. So, last time we left off, we got to the city of Provoca, where I guess that's our next destination. And for those of you who don't remember, let's say hello to our party again and say hi to everybody. We've got, of course, me, John Stossel, as the Red Mage. And then joining me, we have acclaimed YouTube content maker and reviewer of Super Nintendo games, whether they're super or not, Mr. SNESDrunk. How are you doing today, SNESDrunk? Oh, hey, yeah, I'm doing good there, don't you know? How are you doing there, Stossel? Oh, well, over here, I'm just fine, but you seem to be a little down in the dumps. It sounds like you don't really want to be here. Well, you constantly do a poor imitation of me, don't you know? And on top of that, there's other things I could be doing there. Could be playing with my dogs, Clyde, T-Dog, and Ulysses. But instead, I'm on a quest to light the crystals with you there, don't you know? Can you, borrow me some time away from this venture? That would be amazing. Unfortunately, can't do that because we have a world to save. And also joining me, a renowned politics professor and socialist, Beth Harris. How you doing, Beth?
Doing just fine. It's so good to be back here and fighting the evils of capitalism.
We may have some different views on what this mission is for, there, Beth. And then, of course, the Dark Mage of Magic himself, Mr. Tom Waits. How you doing, Tom?
I shot 16 shells from a 30-06.
Okay, Tom. All right, that sums up where Tom's at. So let's check and see how much money we have. Well, we don't have as much money as I'd like. We only have 754 gil. So I guess we're going to have to do some farming for resources here. But we're going to take a gamble and try to make things a little faster here. Because there's different places we can grind for gold. And we're just going to power through here. And we're going to go right to Bicky the Pirate. Now, I believe this kind of a pirate is not like a corporate pirate where he raids, companies that are on the brink of bankruptcy to take them over. This guy seems to be what we would call a swashbuckler. And he's got his two purple-clad pirates backing him up there. Well, I guess we should just talk to him and try to go into battle here.
Maybe we can settle our differences peacefully by talking things out and having a snack over some tea. I brought some bagels, and there's cream cheese with it. One of the cream cheeses I bought has chives.
No, Beth, we're not going to settle this over bagels and cream cheese. We're going to dive in and fight this guy. And he says that we've got cannonballs of steel to be taken on the great pirate Bicky. And then he's saying keel haul. Is that a Minnesotan phrase there, SNESDrunk? No. All right, well, let's just go fight him here. Oh, they're seeming to gang up on us. That's a tactic known as flanking. And here we have some pirates. There's 9 of them. Tom, do you know anything about pirates?
The pirates that we face before us are not from the Caribbean, despite what Disney would have you think. Pirates are actually a manifestation of man's guilt and greed brought to life.
Once again, I think there may be some inaccuracies in that, but let's go ahead and start attacking. From what I recall, pirates are fairly weak, but just to be on the safe side, we'll have Tom cast some magic, because that's what he does. Beth, you hit him with a hammer, and you didn't quite kill him, but you did some damage.
I'll admit it felt nice to hit him with the blunt object.
And Tom gets a first blood there, as also SNESDrunk gets a kill. Oh, Tom got stabbed a little bit, and of course I kill my target, because, of course. So let's start scattering our attacks around here a little bit. We'll have Beth try to finish off her target.
I've tasted blood, now I'm going back for the rest.
Of course you do. Some more thunder. Kills another pirate. And there's another dead pirate. Another dead pirate. Beth gets her kill. First, well, not first blood for Beth, but good going there. And then we'll divvy up our attacks here to finish off the rest of them. 1 dead, 2 dead. That's all the dead pirates. 9 of them. We got 360 gold and 360 experience. And a leather shield. We probably should have gotten 9 leather shields, but whatever. And there's some dead pirates vanish into thin air, and all of a sudden this guy's turning about like a communist who's finally like hard up for cash and suddenly begging for capitalism coming to save their life. And we're apparently easily forgiving them because he gives us a ship. But you know, material wealth in exchange for forgiveness is really just profitable. Let's see what he has to say.
I've had myself a change of heart. I plan to buckle down and be the hardest worker in town. You believe me, don't you?
I don't know, Tom, should we believe him?
Yeah, Vicky, I got a question for you. Were you ever around Bermuda around 1954? I was. Was your mother named Victoria? Aye, she was. Vicky, I don't know how to put this to you, but I'm your brother.
This is quite the turn of affairs here. Tom Waits related to... I'm not surprised, actually. So we got your brother's ship. We can set sail on that, I suppose.
We did kill a bunch of his friends, though. I was starting to feel a little guilty. I'll write a song about it. Maybe it'll ease the pressure from my mind.
And whatever floats your boat there. But we're just going to set sail on our boat now. Speaking of floating boats... Actually, there's a trick we can do here, too, I think. If we hold down a button and then press another button a bunch of times, we're going to see if this works in this version. I might be holding down the wrong button and pressing the wrong button, but we're about... Oh, way to go. Here we go, the 15 puzzle. So this is a sliding puzzle where the object is to arrange the numbers in an ascending order. And, of course, any good capitalist would know what number is bigger than another one as you're counting your dollars. So, Beth, you've probably failed this one miserably. But, StossDrunk, you want to take this one?
No.
All right, I guess I'll handle this. Let's move this over here. You know, it's interesting. Due to mathematical permutations... It's actually impossible if you just start in the top left corner and go descending order 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and so on. You cannot actually arrange them to go from 15 to 1. It's mathematically impossible. And that's not a joke. There's actually a very informative video on that you can look up online. Which also means that this game is not very libertarian if it's going to be restrictive like that. One would think that math, of all things, would be, you know, pro-free market. But I guess not everything is. And so we just finish arranging these. This is the action you all came to watch, I know. Nothing more exciting than sliding puzzles. When you get down to the nitty-gritty here at the bottom, that's where it gets a little bit more difficult, because you don't have as much space to work with. Well, we've almost got it. Let's see, let's slide this down here. Slide that over here with that. Move that up here. Move that a little over here. Shift that. Oh, we almost got it. Not quite. There's still 15, 14, 13. And we know that's not right. This reminds me of a time Oh, here we go. Look at that. We solved the puzzle. And we got some victorious music for it, too. It almost reminds me of the fanfare from 2020. Which do we want to continue? No, I don't think we want to continue that. But anyway, now that... Oh, we've got a fight on the water here. as we got some Sahagins, I guess you could call them. That seems to be what their name is. Tom, do you know anything about Sahagins?
I believe Sahagins are a pastry that became popular around Belarus back in 1947.
Once again, questioning the logic.
I was in Belarus in 1947.
Of course you were, Beth. You were everywhere throughout time, weren't you? You're omnipresent.
I wouldn't say omnipresent. I would just say that I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts.
If you're gonna make her sing throughout this, I'm out of here, eh? Don't worry, StossDrunk. We're not gonna let her sing.
But I want to sing. Let me be in the show, Ricky.
That's what the people are tuning in here for, is I Love Lucy jokes and references. Let's try to just speed up this battle. If we hit square, we'll just all do physical attacks and speed this up a little bit. There we go. And we all got to level up. Let's see what happened here. Now, StossDrunk, he gained some decent amount of HP and only 1 point to agility, so how do you feel about that, Sness? It feels fine, eh? Just leave me alone and let me, I don't know, talk with Tom Waits. Alright, well, still a little embittered. Meanwhile, I gained some to intellect and luck and barely anything to HP. Beth, once again, gets some good stats all around. Don't know how that keeps happening.
It's the power of socialism.
And Tom gets 1 HP and 1 stamina point. So, way to go there, Tom. That's a heck of a stat boost there. But then again, you think that these things are pastries that we're fighting, so... Alright, with a assortment like this, we better focus on doing some magic attacks to the red ones that can actually do some damage. And we'll try to speed things up a little bit here. Oh, Tom's hurting. We better kill these things fast, and we should probably try to get some health Tom's way there. So, I've got some curative magic, and just to double up on that to be safe, we'll have Beth do it as well, and then Tom can cast some more magic, assuming he lives long enough to. Oh, that was lucky. It missed, and there's a cure spell from me. So that's fine, and let's see who goes off next year. Tom casts his Thunder, and of course Beth is going to cast...
I call this universal health care.
Oh, Beth, what are we going to do with you? Alright, we'll speed through the rest considering everybody's in attack mode now. Alright, there we go. Another battle done. We're getting some decent gold, and the reason why I didn't want to grind there, I mean, we'll get into another random battle. Oh, here we go, Buccaneers. These guys actually are quite profitable fight, which we'll see after we hopefully finish them off without issue here. Now, I took about 9 damage, but that's okay. Almost done killing them all, and there we go. And watch the amount of gold we get here. 360 and a tiny amount of experience points, so that's good. What we're going to do now is we're going to rest up and heal our wounds for 30 gil. So we're all going to rest. StossDrunk, did you have a fitful sleep there? Yeah, I dreamed about returning back to Minnesota and watching the Twins there. You know, don't you? Why am I here? Now, I needed somebody to fill out the cast, and you seemed like the perfect fit. Alright, so now that we have some more money, what we're going to do is head down to Elfland. Oh boy, there's sharks here. Tom, do you know anything about sharks?
Yeah, sharks are people who go to pool halls, and when they see people who they think can't play, they challenge them and beat them. There was an episode of Fresh Prince about it. I loved it. Great television.
I was in that episode.
You were not in that episode of Fresh Prince, Beth. Alright, let's just cast some magic on these things, try to eliminate them fast. The sharks can do a decent amount of damage for this early in the game. But hopefully we can just eliminate the rest of these things pretty quick here as we concentrate our attacks, and then we'll speed up the battle. See, there you go. That thing did about 26 worth of damage to me. That's alright. They're both down. And now we focus on the attacks on the shark. Tom takes a lick. Even StossDrunk got a bit of a flesh wound there. And once again, the sharks are taking some damage. We might have wanted to stick to some magic instead. Well, that's okay. StossDrunk is absorbing the hits for all of us. Yeah, and the goddamn hero of the party there, don't you know. Another level up, and StossDrunk doing well with the HP and even gets a strength update. And look, he's even a little bit smarter than he was before. I'm always smarter than you, John. If you want proof, let me just call up David Schultz again, see how that goes for you. Let's not do that. I gained some more strength and luck. Beth Harris, once again, killing it with these things. Maybe there is something that's socialism. And Tom gets a decent HP boost for a change.
All that drinking finally pays off.
Well, that's one way to put it. And we'll just barrel through this fight here with the auto battle on. And then we can get some more weapons and stuff once we get to Elfland. Things will be expensive, but we've earned a decent amount of gold. It seems like they've adjusted the experience levels and gold levels in this game, which is nice. And Tom's hurt a little bit, so we're going to have to get down there pretty quick, and we did. I wonder if it's still $200 a night here in Elfheim. Let's find out. 100 gil a night, alright. Pleasant dreams once again as we rest up. Dreams any more pleasant there, StossDrunk? Yeah, I dreamed of Hagane. Great game. And Ken Griffey Jr. Of course, those are two of your favorites on opposite ends of the gaming spectrum there. We could both buy sabers, but I think there was actually better weaponry back in the other place there, but I think Provoca actually had stronger stuff, but I don't think they had stronger armor. And right now, I think that's more of what we need. Stronger armor and stronger magic. So let's get some stronger armor here quick. Actually, I think you can equip that leather shield. Yeah, you can. Alright, let's buy some things. So the iron armor will be better for you. The copper armlet's better for those guys. And we better stock up. Okay, so one of those. We're gonna need two of those. And we're starting to run out of health here. Or run out of gil, which is basically health. Money is everything. Let's buy the iron shield. Buy the helmet here. And buy 2 leather caps, and now we're bankrupt. But that's okay, because it's more of an investment than anything. And investments can prove profitable if you know what you're doing. Unfortunately, we do know what we're doing. Even though this is going to lower our evasion, these things will come in handy in terms of making us better suited for, basically, for going through this entire game. This copper armlet increases our defense enough, and then put on the leather caps. And let's sell the things we don't need. We can sell these knives. Sell our clothes. We can sell one staff. Sell that chainmail. Sell the leather... Well, unless I can equip the leather shield. Can the red mage equip the leather shield? Let's find out. I cannot equip a shield. So much for the free market there, limiting what I can do. No respect for libertarians today. Alright, so that gave us a little bit more money to work with, but not much. But hopefully that boost to our defenses will help us when we get out into the field so we can survive some attacks from enemies here. And use that to our advantage to get some more money. I believe there's ogres in this field. Instead, we run into a pack of wolves. And that's a lot of wolves here, so let's try to do our part with a combination of magic and attacks. I'll try to speed up the game a little bit here, too. Alright, well, my fire didn't do much against that purple wolf. It looked like it got into the grape juice. You know, there's an episode of the show Coach, which is not a very libertarian show, but it's still worth watching, where the character of Jerry Van Dyke, Luther, spills grape juice on a carpet. And frankly, that's what these wolves look like. They look like a mascot for Welch's grape juice that wound up in a fantasy RPG. Give me a break. And they take a lot of damage, it appears, too. We finally killed that one. This auto battle's going to go on for a while at this rate. Hopefully we get a decent amount of experience from all these purple wolves. Tom, do you know anything about purple wolves by chance?
Purple wolves are like dogs, but purple. Like Barney, or a severed toe.
That's, not what I needed to hear, Tom, but thanks. Let's see, we're helped now. Let's cast a cure spell on Tom there.
Much appreciated.
And we'll just travel around here, and we should run into a battle with some ogres at some point, and instead we get more wolves, but at least it's a preemptive strike, so let's just go to town with the auto battle. Town gets a pretty decent hit there to him. If we got one of those spells that can multi-target, that's going to be our next thing that we're going to do, is we're going to spend some money on a spell that can hit a group of enemies so we can plow through these guys a bit faster. Instead, we're gaining more levels than we are gold from these guys, and we should probably cast some more magic, I suppose. So there we go. I'm out of magic charges for that level. But that's okay. We've still got Beth who can help out.
Always have. Oh, there's the ogre. Look at him. He's also purple, like the other things that we were fighting. You ever look at things and think that they'd be better if they were purple? I do that all the time. I just go around and identify things that would be better if they were purple. Like, imagine if oranges were purple and how much better they would be.
I have no comment on that, Beth, but thank you for sharing your thoughts. It's not libertarian at all, but the hell with it. You're hearing the party anyway. StossDrunk, do you have any thoughts on the color purple? Yeah, that was a good movie there, eh? Great movie, The Color Purple. Also, The Purple Rose of Cairo, Woody Allen movie. For you wanting a Woody Allen reference, in case anybody's interested. I'm just gonna level up here, and looks like I feel stronger. I feel like 5 points of health stronger, don't you know? And then my stamina and my agility went up, so I feel like I could play a game of hockey or something. Whatever stereotype you want to throw at me for originally being in Minnesota, just toss it my way. And look at me, Stossel, leveling up all over the place. That's capitalism working for you right there. Free market showing its strength. Beth, finally, your socialism bankrupts you there. Beth, are you flipping me the middle finger in your victory animation right there?
I'm not flipping you the middle finger.
And Tom Waits gains another point to his intelligence, which sorely needed.
I think you just inferred I was stupid.
I wouldn't say stupid. You're quizzical is what it is. And you never gave us any interesting facts about ogres, though, which I was a little disappointed in.
Well, ogres are like... Remember Andre the Giant?
Of course I do. Wrestling. Don't think about the wrestling. Don't go back there. Don't go back to that place, John. Stay away from the wrestling. Stay away from the wrestling. Stay away from the wrestling. Yeah, I think you broke him there, Tom.
I don't know what I said.
Well, actually, as it turns out, aside from being Minnesotan and also being a fan of wrestling, I can tell you, don't you know, about... there was a time where John got slapped in the face by a guy named David Schultz, and he was... John was just being kind of a jerk, don't you know? And he got hit in the face twice, because he had it coming. So wrestling's a sore point with him. You don't want to, get on that gee golly subject, because it tweaks him out a little bit.
I got tweaked out back in Well, it was for a period of time from 1975 to about 1984, and I was tweaked on all the LSD that you could imagine, where we just manufactured it in a small basement, and we were living off of government checks at the time because we were entitled to it. As a socialist, we're entitled to things from the government, and that's what we did. And I just saw things that most people wouldn't see. You've never lived until you've watched Rambo First Blood Part 2 while having a major acid trip. Like, one of the most extensive you've ever seen in your life. When Sylvester Stallone is coming out of the screen at you and all handsome with his pectorals and all of the... sorry, Beth, I hate to cut you off there. I came back to my senses after you were lusting for Sylvester Stallone there. But good point to make that the 80s were full of wonderful action movies like that, and what could be more libertarian than an invasion of Afghanistan? Maybe that's a sore subject right now, all things considered, but I think that was actually Rambo 3 they went after Afghanistan. I don't even remember the second part, but that is something worth noting, is that Rambo 2 is actually called Rambo First Blood Part 2. Or just First Blood Part 2, depending on how you look at it. And the first Rambo movie is just called First Blood. Some people forget that. We're just not making a lot of money off of these wolves. You'd think that we could sell their pelts for something and find a use for them, but instead we're just gaining more experience from these things than anything else. And granted, the experience is nice. It makes us stronger. But the money would also make us stronger, and now they're starting to run from us. They're running in terror of our free market strategies. Socialist wolves. Fortunately, the auto battle is just rampaging through them pretty strongly. As Beth is delivering more hits with the hammer, and we get bit a little bit. And we're almost at another level up, but again, we're not getting much in the way of gold, which is what we really need right here. We'll have Beth do the curing this time. Beth, heal us up a little bit there. Okay. I like to call this spell the Bernie Sanders.
Beth, I swear to God, you're not going to make it through this entire journey at this rate. Alright, let's try to go into the woods here and see if we can find something. Here we go. Now we're talking with some ogres, and there's a green one there, too. Do you know anything about green ogres there, Tom?
Actually, I do. They sell frozen vegetables.
Well, mascots aside, I think we should start with the ogre chief there and maybe cast some spells on him to try to kill him a little bit faster before he can do some significant damage to us. He looks strong, and I think they're wearing earrings, and that's dangerous in itself. And Beth did 38 damage to it.
I'm mighty.
That's not a word I would use to describe you, Beth, but again, whatever. We'll turn on the auto battle now and just kind of let the computer do its work in grinding through these guys. But this should get us more gold than we had before. Ogres tend to drop a decent amount of gold. And there we go. Stoss, myself, gets the last hit. And there you go. See, 690 gil, and we all got a level up again. a decent boost there in health to StossDrunk, as well as a much-needed gain in strength. Yeah, now I can swing the hockey stick faster for you with your, once again, stereotypes of Minnesotan people there, don't you know? And I gained a point of stamina and very little to health. That's not good. Beth only gains a point to luck, and Tom finally gaining a bit more all around there. I don't know if we're going to be able to buy any spells yet, but what I would really like to do is find like a Fire 2 spell or something. Fire, there we go. Fire damage to all enemies. We can get one of those, and we'll put it with Tom. Okay, so that will help us fight off packs of wolves a little bit better, which will be helpful, because now we can clear-cut them and gain experience and money a little bit faster. This part of the game is basically turning into a grind fest, as much as I hate to say it. But here we go. We'll be able to launch a preemptive strike, so we'll target them, and then we'll have Tom use Fyra and see how that does. And actually solve the problem immediately. Thanks, way to go there, Tom.
Nothing special. Well, actually, it was special. It was fire that rose up from the ground.
And we saw. Cast another one of those things. Yeah, just tears right through them. Look at that. We're not getting much gold for it, but at least we're getting more in terms of level ups. And if we can get another one with mostly purple wolves, then that'll be a decent chunk of experience. Instead, we get the Ogre Party. It's kind of an ogre battle, I guess you could say. And cast another round of fire there. Now my fire targets the Jolly Green Giant, and then here goes Tom with his attack, and suddenly, like, flames just erupt from the ground, but, yeah, you got some coming back there, didn't you, Tom? Alright, and they're all dead. So, once again, a decent amount of money there. Enough for me to buy a fire spell if I wanted. But let's heal up fast. Maybe I should buy that fire spell for myself. Or maybe we should save the money and go back to Provoca, buy some more stuff there. Maybe we can buy some. There's options. That's what's so great about the free market, is you have options to buy things. Here we have the heal spell, which can restore a little HP to the entire party. That's the universal healthcare. No, it's not. It's not universal healthcare. You're just healing something, but you're cutting out. You're embarrassing me in front of the rest of the people, Beth. And here's a pot shot at Nintendo. Here lies Link. Any thoughts on Link there, StossDrunk? Actually, yeah, fair point you bring him up there, because, you know, I used to do a Let's Play of Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, and I don't think I ever finished it, but you can watch it on my StossDrunk channel if anybody wants to, like, watch that for some reason, but you could if you wanted to. Actually, there's quite a few decent things on your channel. If you think that's making up for me being in this, it's not, don't you know? All right, I'm just trying to help. All right, there's some like Blizzard magic, but again, the cost of it is kind of prohibitive at the moment. But that's fair. That's their right to charge that amount of money. That's how the free market works. If we can't afford it, we can't afford it. That's not our fault. Actually, it is our fault. We should have worked harder. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We're going to try to work a little harder and kill some more things. And here we go. Perfect example. We got more wolves to kill. These purple ones. There's one down, and a miss from Beth. She's growing weak from her socialist leanings. And unfortunately, Stossel, me, I've got like the least health of everybody here. I've only got 95 hit points. I mean, Tom Waits has more health than I do, and he just sits at the piano and drinks all day. We only get 88 gold from killing all those wolves. We'll try venturing a little bit deeper into the forest here. And what do you know? More wolves. At least we get the preemptive strike. Wartime strategy employed by the Bush administration, of all things, and seems that we've co-opted that strategy. But we're going to go ahead here and finish off the last of them, and that gives us, again, not much in terms of gold. We might be better off on the sea, killing monsters out there for money. Oh, great. More wolves, again. And we don't have our fire spells. See, I didn't want to heal just yet, because I thought the amount of money that we made in between saves and in between inn stays wasn't great enough to sustain the cost of using the inn. So I figured we gain more money first, but perhaps the better profit analysis here would have been to look at how much we were making from the fire spells and then weigh it against the cost of the inn stay. That's the things you gotta weigh when you're playing Final Fantasy. But anyway, now that we know that we're just going to keep facing those wolf gangs, and I don't mean the composer, let's go ahead and spend the $100 for the inn. And let's go see if we can teach me a fire spell so I can help contribute to the elimination of all these wolves. Alright. Let's go earn more money now. Or it's probably going to earn more experience points, but we're going to try here. Oh, balls. Tarantulas. That's probably not good, because they can poison us. Let's hope one of us gets a fire spell off first before we're poisoned to death. Block that. Okay, none of us got poisoned yet. That's good. And there's the fire spell from Tom Waits, which kills all the tarantulas dead. And we got a decent amount of gold and experience for that one. So, credit to Tom Waits for pulling our butts out of the fire there. More wolves, which we'll see how much my fire spell can do. But we'll also have Tom cast his too, just in case. See which one hits first, and Tom goes, which means everything will be dead. And there's another level up where, hey, look at that! StossDrunk gains another point to his stamina and agility. I gain 3 points of health. Beth also gains 3, but gets a round of other things, and just what Tom needed, a boost to his strength stat. But we did get an antidote.
I hope the antidote's for the poison that I gave my husband. I mean, that would have saved my husband if they had detected the poison. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm just letting you ramble, Beth. Sounds like an interesting making for a song.
Alright, beating up on the purple guy here. He's dead. Alright, that's not a bad amount of gold, or gil, as it is in this game. But we're still not doing great on the amount. We're spending it at about as much as we're earning it, which generally that's a good sign for the economy, if you're spending what you're earning. But savings are important too. And these asps, or they're asps in the original NES game to save on the character limit. Here they're cobras. And it looks like we might get away from that, yep, without getting poisoned. And we got 100 gold and some decent experience. Surprising, we're actually getting more experience in this game than we are our gold. Here we go. Alright, I'm going to cast fire this time. We're going to see how well that does. We'll have everybody else attack. See how this goes for us. Let's see here. So I cast my fire spell. And not bad damage at all. Wiped out the field. I got 240 gil in the experience. So we're getting back up there. See, we have to go try to find Matoya's Crystal Eye. And here's another preemptive strike, which will use my fire spell, and we'll save Tom Waits for later. And now we'll just do an all-out attack and use the auto battle. Oh, that hurt a little bit. Alright, Jolly Green Giant's dead. Now to take out Purple 1 and Purple 2. It's a grind-heavy game, but we're making headway. Alright, look at that. 690 gold. That's a huge profit margin for us. Let's see if we can get one more under our belts. Before we do, let's have Beth heal some of us up. Specifically, StossDrunk and I. Alright, and here we go. Another battle with these guys. But we know that my fire spell can kill them, so let's just breeze through this thing as Tom gets hit in the head with a club. And there it goes. Another 240 for us. So with that said, 2,452. So first we're going to go back up to Corneria. We get a preemptive strike against these guys, though, so let's just go with an all-out attack. Oh, that one hurt a little bit. A lot of attacks being focused on me today. I guess these, well, of course, they're red. They're commies. They don't like my free market. Alright, so we're going to sail up to Cornelia. Okay, we've got a bunch of the Sahagins here. And then after this, we'll heal up, and then we're going to go back to Provoca. And we're going to try to get some better armor and weapons, because they have better weapons there than they did in Elfheim. Alright, that wraps them up. How much gold do we get for that? Only 180. So we're going to rest up fast. Only 30 gil a night, so we're cutting costs by doing that, and that's helpful when you're trying to save money and profit. It's proper budgeting, which is what a lot of liberals aren't accountable for. So always spend, spend, spend. Boy, they're just, again, those sharks really like attacking. Again, it makes perfect sense why the shark would go after me. Doesn't make sense why I go after Tom Waits. Sorry about that, Tom. But of course a shark would target me because a shark, like an investor, is going to sense the spell of money on me. So really, I take those shark bites as a compliment. Another round of these guys. I thought maybe we'd be able to make a venture into the Marsh Cave today, which is the next destination we have to go to. But the quest for money is vital right now, and maybe some of you are asking about the Peninsula of Power, if you know anything about the Final Fantasy games, and that'd be a good question, and we're going to tackle that in a moment here. I'm going to show you. But first, let's go to the weapon shop and push this guy out of our way. Should we buy ice? The spell is Blizzard. I don't mean, like, do we actually want to buy ice or something? Raises one ally's attack. That could be helpful. Alright, first we're going to buy better weapons. The Broadsword would be better. The Battle Axe is even better for... Alright, we'll buy the Battle Axe for StossDrunk. We're going to buy the Broadsword for me. There's some of our money right there spent. Oh, we picked the wrong button. Okay, and then for me, we're going to equip the Broadsword. And I think we can all equip gloves if we buy them from the... Oh boy, this is going to be a while. I think we can all buy gloves, so let's say hi to Tom's brother. Arg. Arg. Listen to him talking, it just sounds romantic. That's brotherly love there, you can pick up on it. Alright, so all of our armor is up to snuff. But it's the gloves that we can buy 4 of. That we are now going to equip to each one of the party members here. Anything to boost our defense up even a little bit will help. And we could buy some potions now, because we're going to need some antidotes. But for the time being, at least, we're going to focus on getting some more magic. Let's see what white magic they have for sale here. The null shock is important in case we fight a lightning enemy. So, Beth can take that. And you know what? I'll take it too. And then we're going to stop by the black magic shop and pick up some black magic. And maybe even if we're lucky, a black magic woman. I'm going to take Temper and Blizzard. Tom will take Blizzard as well as Slow. And he's also going to take Temper. So once again, we've dwindled our reserves, but we still have some money left, which is good. Oh, damn it. We're going to be stuck behind. All right, we're back free again. So we got better weapons, which is great. And we're going to put those to the test right away, it seems. Let's see how we fare. I'd say that's an improvement in damage. Mother of mercy, I'm doing brutal damage to that thing. I think I'm doing even more damage than StossDrunk's doing. Now, weapons make a difference, it turns out. Could it be that weapons are even more important than free market fiscal strategies? Wait, how many hits am I doing? He's doing 2 hits. I'm doing 3 hits, that's why. My agility's a little faster, so I'm able to do more damage and more strikes when I attack. That's why that's happening. As we sail across the... Oh, boy. That guy's got some big eyes. I wonder what he's called.
Actually, he's called the Big Eyes.
Oh, well, that explains that. Oh, Beth gets hit by a shark. And Tom, you're kind of hurting there. Hopefully we can heal you up before something bad happens.
Admittedly, it'd be nice.
And Beth, how are you doing?
I'm just fine and dandy, like cotton candy laced with LSD.
Discovering a lot about Beth Harris's drug pass today as we level up again and get 202 gil. A heavy round of level up there for StossDrunk, getting points to pretty much everything. And I finally get a decent HP boost to bring me up into triple digits, as well as getting a, well, boost to everything except stamina and intellect. So I'll take that. And Beth gets a good HP boost too. And Tom gets some decent level ups for a change as well. It's a good round of level ups. We missed the port there. Alright, let's try to whip through these guys fast. Yeah, look at that as we just go right through these guys. It's a good sign. I think we're going to stop after we get enough to buy some magic here that we need. So let's go heal up fast. And after we buy our magic and do the grinding, then we can call it a day. And on the next adventure, we'll head into the Marsh Cave. But for now, we have some more things to do. We have some more enemies to grind down. And I mentioned the Peninsula of Power, which unfortunately doesn't exist in this game. But giants and Gygus worms do, or ogres and Gygus worms, I guess you could say. We'll see how much quicker we can just deal with them with straight up not using magic. Ah, he's dead. The Gygus worms are... My goodness, that Broadsword is doing a lot of damage. We'll probably get another level up before we get enough money to do what we want to do. Maybe if we venture close to the marsh cave, we'll find some different enemies. Here we go. This is one of those perfect ones where I wanted to save Tom's spellcasting for, so we can wipe them all out in a flash. And Tom, why don't you do the honors of finishing this off? And sure enough, just like that CNC Music Factory song, everybody's dead now. Bump, 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 bump. Alright, we're wandering a little bit further here, and luckily we found something to our advantage here. And I think if we just cast a couple of fire spells together, it should wipe them out. There's one round of Fyra from Tom. And then this round should take out the two purple ones. And the green one, look at that. And there's a cool 690 gil and 672 experience just from that fight. I wonder if we can find any more in this little alcove here, this little valley. Now we found something, but it wasn't what we wanted. And we'll just speed up through this. Maybe have Beth do some healing afterwards. There you go. Beth actually gets the last hit on him, too. Good job there, Beth.
It's what I do best, is hitting things with a hammer. You should have seen me. Oh, it's the undead.
Yeah, they're ghastly, you could say.
You could say that. It's a pun. I don't like puns.
Well, instead you can cast your Dia spell to do some damage to them, and let's see how quickly we can take these sons of bitches down. Oh, you're paralyzed. Actually, both of you are paralyzed now. That's not good. We might want to be careful here. Let's see if my fire spell gets rid of these guys. They should be weak to fire. They're undead. Yeah, they are. Okay. That's not a bad haul of gold from those things either. But I think Beth should try to heal us up here. Alright. Let's try to get some more experience here as we head towards the marsh cave. Oh, balls. We're just all going to cast multi-targeting magic spells and hope that... Alright, here we go. Tom's going to save the day here with his fire spell. And yeah, sure enough, they're all dead again, and a decent amount of experience and gold. We might be able to buy some of those spells we wanted now. Well, the thing is, in Elfheim, there's actually 2 spell shops, a level 3 and a level 4, and we're going to have to hit up both of those. Let's try to take care of the werewolf first, because that has a poison element that it can use on us. And then the goblin guards are all dead, so that made that a quick work, but not a huge profitable fight for us. Let's try to target in here again, see if we get lucky with something. Another Geist battle. And then once again, we'll see which one of our spells gets going first. Depending on which one of us gets paralyzed. Oh, here we go. The Dia spell from Beth gets off, and didn't do as much as I wanted to. So Tom kind of had to waste a magic spell there. Thanks a lot, Beth. Alright, we're going to start heading back to the village. Because we're going to be hitting another level up soon anyway. And sure enough, we finish off the 2 cobras. I don't know what they're doing in this neck of the woods. Okay, this looks like a job for my fire spell, which should be able to finish them. If we can get the spell going there instead of just... There we go. Alright, that didn't do as much as I had hoped. So we'll just attack the rest of the way. Unfortunately, from the damage they sustained from my Fire Blast, the rest should die pretty easily. And sure enough, they do, so it wasn't a waste. And we're almost at another level up here, which is fantastic. Alright, this will get us that level up, assuming we live. Let's just hope that they all die. That'll get them. Yeah, and here come the level up. No, apparently not. We're not quite there yet. Alright, so let's save the game. Well, let's rest up, then save the game. Alright, we all feel better now. Alright, we've got 4,545 gold, so that'll actually buy us a good number of spells that we need, but let's get that level up first, and then we'll go get some of the spells. This is the one I wanted for a battle, but let's just do it quick and put the auto battle on. Alright, pretty quick there, and there's our level up where... StossDrunk, we haven't heard from you in a while. How are you doing over there? I'm just trying to think about episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000 that I would rather be watching than spending time in this game, eh? Alright, well, that's embittered as usual, but we'll take it. I didn't gain much out of that level up. Beth gained a bit, but we skipped through it, and then Tom just gained 2 points of health. So, great. Alright, let's see what we can buy for spells now. Now, there's the level 3 and the level 4 magic shops here. So, let's see. This is the level 3. And we already have Fyra. Hold is not going to help us very much. Fokara, also not going to help very much. Thundara definitely will. So, let's give Thundara to Tom. I'm going to hold off on learning it myself until we check out the white magic spells again. To see if there's anything that would benefit me from having those. Well, Cura would help. Beth will get that. Beth will also get Turn Undead again. And she'll also get a Cura spell. Or do I want the Cura spell? Maybe I shouldn't have gotten Heal. No, I can get No Blaze and do that. Yeah, there we go. But once again, we're tapped out for resources, for money. And we still have the other magic shop to go to as well over here. Where the level 4 spells... Well, Poison reduces poison, gets rid of that. Null Frost we'd want. Those are really the only ones we'd want. And that's going to be about $5,000 there. And then let's see what was at the black magic shop for the level 4. Plot out our budget. Sleepra, not needed. Haste is definitely needed. That's a very powerful spell, which we both can learn. So we're going to need at least 10,000 gold for all those spells. And then there's more just for the magic, or the items that we have to buy. So there's going to be a lot of grinding that I don't think we're going to do on stream as we go through this adventure. Some of it's going to have to be off camera, I think. Oh, and there's our first case of poison. And I think we have an antidote for that. We do. We have 9 of them for that, fortunately. Ideally, I'd want these magic spells before we go into the Marsh Cave to make our lives a bit easier. But that's, as you can see, going to require quite a bit. Really should have had StossDrunk target the purple wolf. But, you know, live and learn. At least Tom got him dead. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to one more level up, and then we're going to call it quits for this round. And then maybe I'll do a little bit of grinding off camera, so we can play again more later. Look at that. StossDrunk taking him out in one hit. Fortunately, we're armed to the teeth. It's just a matter of bringing out a bit more magic to play with. Because we are going to need it. But we'll at least try to get one more level up here. Let's see if there's anything lurking for me in the valley here. There we go, yeah. And we're tearing through Gigas worms and ogres now, thanks to the damage output increase from StossDrunk and I. Unfortunately, inside the marsh cave, the things in there are a little more difficult to fight and heavily poisonous, which just creates more of a problem when you're trying to level up. Alright, so once again, round of dead things, but not much experience for it. We'll try to get closer to the marsh cave and see if things are a little stronger there. Boy, these things just keep coming. I'm starting to wonder if we'd be better off at sea again, but they don't have the ogres out there, which... I don't know. Just not enough gold from these things. We're going to try to kill them with weapons and see what happens here, and we made it out alright. And they do give a decent amount of gold and experience for what they're worth. Unless they paralyze the party, that's not good. Now, here's an easy victory for us, but it won't be incredibly profitable. Yeah, 121 versus 189. Yeah, that's not a great turnout for that. Let's see what's waiting for us in the marsh cave. Shadows. I think these things have blinding powers. Maybe they changed the experience rates on them? That'd be nice if they did. Let's see what we get from it. 360 experience and 180 gil. Nothing great, but I guess we'll take it. We'll just try to circle the staircase until another battle comes along. One of them tried to run from us. Alright, another group of undead. And now re-dead. Ghouls and zombies. Looks like StossDrunk got the old Finger 11 Paralyzer. There's a throwback reference. And it ran away. Didn't gain much from it, though. Said they did quite a bit of damage. Alright, we're going to try at least one more battle in here, see what we get. And then we'll just step outside, maybe. Skeletons. Yeah, 27 experience. Great. That's helpful. More purple wolves. You know, Beth, why don't you tell us a rambling story of something while we're trying to get this level up? Do you have any exciting stories to tell of your wild socialist days?
Actually, I do have a story that I think you'll find a hoot. So this one time, I was watching a television show that used to run on Nickelodeon called The Secret World of Alex Mack. And it was an exciting show. It was about a girl who got doused with these chemicals, and then she could turn into mercury and shoot lightning and had telekinesis. And the interesting thing about that show was that I had come up with the idea for it back in at least 1841. It may have been slightly later than that, but it was around that time. And so at the time I pitched it to a man named Manfred. And Manfred just looked at me and said, I have no idea what you're talking about. What's a television? And I said, it's this thing that shows pictures. And he thought I was a witch. And so the next thing you know, there's all this hullabaloo about me being the mistress of the devil, and yeah, as you will. And he just didn't understand the concept of technology. So then flash forward about 150 years later, and I pitch it to Viacom, and they steal the idea, and they don't even credit me for it. So I never got the royalties or the residuals from it at all, even though clearly I deserved them for coming up with the idea. And it ran for a couple of years, The Secret World of Alex Mack, and that was... those were my golden years, I guess you could say. It was a great show, and I had fun to conceiving it and writing it, but it's Hollywood's a terrible place. They take and take and take. So the next time you watch a rerun of The Secret World of Alex Mack, you think of Beth Harris, and that's all I could ask for.
Wow. That was an obscure reference to bring up The Secret World of Alex Mack. I mean, that was running during my time on 2020. StossDrunk, did you ever watch The Secret World of Alex Mack? No, because I watched good shows. And sports, like people probably should be watching instead of The Secret World of Alex Mack. So, take what you will out of that. I'm sure it was a fine show. I'm not trying to discourage anybody who liked it, and it's probably pleasant. And Larissa Oleynik was, I think she was in Boy Meets World, and she was in Mad Men. Fine actress. I'm gonna be honest with you, Stas. I still have no idea why I'm here. I mean, you just keep doing a poor impression of me that sounds nothing like me. I mean, you can literally listen to hours of me talking on the internet, and this is the best impression you can do of me. And it just sounds like you talking, but without the Stossel voice. Like, that's the best you've been able to do. And you just throw in, like, random Canadian accents and syllables. Again, I'm not Canadian. I'm from Minnesota. And you just... I don't know why I'm here. If it wasn't for Tom Waits, I'd probably be gone and out of here. But I'm sticking around for Tom. Just do it for Tom. Like that Simpsons joke where they hang up Homer hangs up that picture and says, do it for her. I'm just doing it for Tom. Well, at least you're candid with it. And
I never watched The Simpsons. Is it any good?
It's actually a good question. I mean, now it isn't, but I mean, depending on who you talk to, the golden age of The Simpsons ran from like season 3 to, some would say season 8, some might say season 10. I'll be generous and give it till season 12 because I really liked seasons 11 and 12. But even then, there were episodes from seasons 13 and 14 I enjoyed, but it's a lot of hit and miss for people. But I give it up until like 12. It looks like I got a Smart Saver thing achievement down in the corner there, so there's that. And this should be till a level up, and then we're going to quit it here. We'll save the game and go from there. I probably should have fast-forwarded through all this. But there we go. StossDrunk gains some health and a strength. I gain a little bit of health and strength. Beth gains a bit more health and intellect. And Tom, a decent health boost and some intellect. So, there we go. We have 3,223 gold, so we're going to have to do more, but at least we got some stuff done here, so let's save the game. We'll rest up first, then we'll save, and we'll call it quits for another episode of a Libertarian play. There wasn't a lot of action that went on, aside from ramblings constantly from myself and this bizarre cast of characters that I have here.
Bizarre is a gentle term.
I know, Beth, that's why I used it. Anyway, I'll go ahead and save this right here. I think I saved over one of the other files I would normally use. So we're just going to do it right there as well. Yeah, there's another file that I had from a different game that I was playing. But yeah, we've got our file right here. So that'll be that for the time being. And I want to thank all of you for watching this Libertarian play. There'll be more later. I'll try to do some leveling up off camera so we can get the spells we need. Though if you want to see the level up grind, leave it in the comments section. I'd be happy to still show it if you want it. But either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I kind of stole that line from somebody. I don't remember who. You stole it from me. You stole it from me. I just, you know what? No, I gotta speak out. I gotta speak out. You just, all right, turn down the volume here so you can just listen to me. You stole my format. You stole the Let's Plays. You just stole my catchphrase. You've got me in this ridiculous Let's Play. I could be watching Martina Navratilova right now. I could be watching Rookie of the Year, directed by Daniel Stern. I could be watching Bushwhacked, starring Daniel Stern. I could be doing anything with Daniel Stern right now. Instead, I'm here with a poor impression of myself, hanging out with a professor who nobody knows. You're the only person who knows her, Stoss. The joke is lost on everybody. And Tom Waits, who, like, a very niche market, which you obviously know that. You know it's a niche market. And said, we're here, and you're putting me through this, and you stole my catchphrase. You just literally stole the thing that I use to end almost every video. Have a great rest of your day. You're stealing that. Give me one good reason why I should still be in this Let's Play and why I shouldn't just ditch it right now. Well, this is awkward now that you say it. Do you like Kate Bush? Yeah, I actually love Kate Bush. She's a great artist. What does she have to do with this? Maybe we'll meet her at some point. Maybe? Is that enough to keep you here? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's just keep going. Maybe we'll meet Kate Bush. Probably won't, but whatever. We'll just stick with it. All right, well, there you have it. Maybe we'll meet Kate Bush along the way and have her sing us a song. And I had a dream about her once where she was singing, but that's a different subject for a different day. So let's turn that music back up. So yeah, well, we can we'll adventure forward more on another day. But, you know, I'm just a libertarian who formerly hosted 2020 who's now trying to do a libertarian play. So what do I know? Give me a break.